The lamps were burning. The servants waited, hearts awake, eyes on the door. No one knew when the master would return, midnight or dawn. And then, suddenly, the sound of footsteps. Jesus said, "Blessed are those servants whom the master finds watching when he comes." Some parables whisper comfort. This one sounds an alarm. In Luke 12, verses 35 to 48, Jesus paints a picture of servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, never sure of the hour, but always ready. It's not about fear, it's about faithfulness. It's about living in the tension between already and not yet, between grace received and accountability coming. Let's read the parable. Be dressed ready for service and keep your lamps burning, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes. Truly, I tell you, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and will come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or toward daybreak. But understand this: if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. The night was quiet, only the chirping of crickets and the soft rustle of olive trees in the wind. Inside a large house on the hillside, 3 servants sat near the door. The lamps burned low, their flames flickering. The master had gone hours ago, attending a wedding feast in the next town. No one knew when he'd return. It could be before midnight or as late as dawn. But they waited. The first servant leaned forward, adjusting the wick of the lamp. "We must keep them burning," he whispered. "He'll want light when he comes." The second yawned. "It's late. He won't come tonight." But still he stayed. The third, restless, distracted, got up and wandered outside. "Who knows?" he muttered. "Maybe he's delayed. Maybe he won't come back tonight at all." Hours passed. The stars shifted. The night deepened. Then, faintly, footsteps. The first servant's eyes widened. "He's coming." They hurried, straightened the room, relit the lamps, opened the door. The master appeared in the doorway, his face tired but joyful. And then, something unexpected happened. Instead of collapsing into his chair or commanding attention, he smiled, took off his cloak, and tied it around his waist. "Sit," he said softly. "You've waited faithfully. Now I will serve you." And the servants stared in wonder as their master, the one they served, became the one who served them. Jesus said, "It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching. But for the servant who says, 'My master is delayed,' and begins to neglect his duty, to abuse others, to live for himself, the master will return suddenly, and judgment will be swift." Ancient Jewish weddings, feasts often lasted days, with no set return time. Servants had to stay alert, ready to open the door the instant their master arrived, even at midnight. Keep your lamps burning. Oil lamps needed constant attention. The phrase symbolizes spiritual alertness, not letting faith flicker out. Gird your loins. Servants wore long tunics. To work or move quickly, they tied them up with a belt, meaning readiness for action. Master serving the servants. Jesus flips hierarchy, portraying himself as the servant leader who rewards faithfulness with intimacy and honor. This parable isn't about predicting the future, it's about preparing your heart. The master represents Jesus Christ. The servants represent his followers, the church. The lamps symbolize faith, perseverance, and readiness. The return represents Christ's second coming, or the moment he calls each of us home. Jesus isn't asking for fear. He's inviting faithfulness, a life so consistent that no surprise can shake it. 1. For families. In homes, faithfulness looks like consistency, not perfection. Parents, your children watch not for what you promise, but for what you practice. Faith is taught in the waiting, when prayers aren't answered quickly, when love requires endurance. Keep your family lamps burning through prayer, patience, and presence. 2. For business leaders and professionals. The parable warns leaders against comfort and corruption. When people think no one's watching, integrity fades. Jesus calls leaders to live and lead as if the master might walk in at any moment. The faithful steward serves well, not for applause, but for accountability. Your readiness is measured in stewardship, not speed. 3. For youth and young adults. You live in an age of distraction, endless notifications, constant updates. But Jesus says, stay awake. The danger isn't rebellion, it's distraction. You lose readiness when comfort becomes your goal and calling becomes an afterthought. Keep your faith alive. Keep your oil stocked. Keep your lamp burning. Lessons. 1. Readiness is a lifestyle, not a moment. The servants didn't light their lamps only when they heard footsteps. They stayed lit through the silence. Faith isn't waiting for a sign. It's walking faithfully when there's no sound at all. 2. Delays reveal devotion. The longer the wait, the clearer the heart. Some servants grew restless, others stayed faithful. Delay exposes whether you serve for reward or for relationship. 3. The reward of the watchful. The master served his faithful servants, a stunning picture of Jesus washing his disciples' feet. In eternity, those who watched well will feast with the king they once waited for. 4. Neglect is a silent betrayal. The unfaithful servant didn't commit great evil. He simply stopped caring. Spiritual decay rarely begins with rebellion. It begins with forgetfulness. Imagine an airport security guard at night, checking gates long after the last flight has landed. Everyone's gone home, but he stays, because the manual says the doors must remain watched until sunrise. Then, unexpectedly, the director arrives at dawn and finds him at his post, faithful even when unseen. That's what faithfulness looks like. Obedience when no one is clapping. Readiness when everyone else has dozed off. The world measures success by what's seen. Heaven measures it by what remains unseen. Quiet, constant faith. Families, keep faith alive in ordinary days. Bedtime prayers, forgiveness after arguments, gratitude in small things. Leaders, lead as if the master might walk in mid-meeting. Serve with integrity when no one's watching. Youth, be the generation that stays spiritually awake in a sleepy world. 1. Families, create a weekly lamp moment, a time for prayer or reflection that keeps your family spiritually awake. 2. Leaders, audit your work or ministry. If Christ visited today, would you be proud of what he sees? 3. Youth, set one daily light discipline, a verse, prayer, or reflection that keeps your focus sharp. 4. Everyone, pray this. Lord, help me to stay awake in faith, faithful, watchful, ready for your return. The parable of the watchful servants is not a story about fear. It is a story about faithfulness. Jesus isn't looking for perfection. He's looking for perseverance. When the night feels long and silent, when you wonder if he's still coming, remember, every minute of waiting is part of your witness. Stay dressed for service. Keep your lamp trimmed and burning. Because one day, suddenly, the door will open and the master will smile and say, well done, faithful one. You stayed awake. And in that moment, all the waiting will make sense. If this story reminded you to keep your lamp burning, type in the comments, Lord, help me stay watchful. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement to stay faithful, and subscribe to Bible Motion Pictures, where we bring the parables of Jesus to life through cinematic storytelling.